1-2. Swung on and missed. Fuchs
coming in right side. Sip. Goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch. Switches a called strike 3.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
A good Friday, June the 3rd morning. This is day number 2 of the North Dakota State Class B softball tournament here on the campus of North Dakota State University from Theraldson Park. 4 games for you today. Game number 1 features the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies going up against the Thompson Tommies here in the consolation portion of the bracket. The winner to play, the winner between Mayport CG and Delax Burlington, Lewis and Clark. That game will be at 1 o'clock here later today, also on your live event. And then to the semifinals, this afternoon, the number 2 seed Kindred Richland squares off with the number 3 seed Beulah Miners at 4, and then at 6 o'clock it's the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, the Central Cass Squirrels, going up against the 5 seed from Renville County in the Muskrats. 4 games for you today, all of them again right here on your live event, and then we will follow the East Region teams, so Thompson, Mayport, CG, Kindred Richland, and Central Cass into whatever place game they will be tomorrow. Also, a note for tomorrow, things will get going at 10 o'clock in the morning for the 7th place game. The Consolation Championship will be at noon, 3rd place at 2, and the championship will be at 4 o'clock. So no really sessions broken into, just going to move right into the next game once the first one wraps up tomorrow. So if you are coming to the ballpark or listening here on your live event, just a note, tomorrow everything gets going at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's the State B Girls Softball Tournament. Let's recap how we got to this portion yesterday for some of the games. We'll start first with Velva-Drake Anamoose as they open it up against Kindred Richland. The Vikings 10-run ruled the Aggies 17-7 in 5 innings. And the problem for Aggie fans out there was more so the errors. Velva-Drake Anamoose committed 5 errors in that contest, leading the way, though, for the Aggies at the plate. Carolyn Bodine went 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs driven in. Olivia Pesa got chased after 4 innings of work, 110 pitches. She gave up 7 hits, 14 runs, but only 4 were earned with 5 strikeouts and 5 walks in that contest for Velva-Drake Anamoose. On the opposite side for the Thompson Tommies, got down early to the Beulah Miners, but all of a sudden they kept clawing back in that game. We're down 4-0, then it became 4-2. And then at one point it was a 6-4 ball game, and then Beulah scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to put the game to bed. Thompson was led by Maya Krogstad, went 3 for 4 to the senior with a run scored and a run driven in for the Thompson Tommies. Picking up the loss in the complete game was Cindy Schwabe, going 6 innings, giving up 15 hits, 9 runs, 5 strikeouts in that loss to the Beulah Miners. So Thompson and alongside Velva-Drake Anamoose here in game number 1. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to irieins.com. That is irieins.com. Still to come, starting lineups. Also will keep you apprised of what's going on across the state of North Dakota. Super A going on in Jamestown with baseball and softball. And also right now, last check, it was North Star 4-0 over Central Cass in a consolation semifinal of the state baseball tournament at Newman Outdoor Field. We will keep you apprised of those scores as well throughout the day. Chase Miller with you here from Theraldson Park in Fargo, North Dakota for the day number 2 of the state softball tournament. We're back after this with our Irie Insurance pregame show as we take a whip around across the state here on your live event.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us. Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Let's take a look across the state of North Dakota for games today. Again at Newman Outdoor Field. Currently underway right now in the State B baseball tournament. Central Cass and North Star, a game that you can listen to on your live event as well. Joel Morgan and Josh Boyko on the call for you on that one. Currently, bottom of the third inning, Central Cass is trailing 4-1, but the Squirrels have runners at second and third with one out. So North Star right now, bottom of the third, 4-1 over Central Cass in the state baseball tournament. Again, also on your live event. Later today, from Newman Outdoor Field, it's Surrey and Beulah. That'll be at 12:45 in a consolation semifinal. At 3:30, the Thompson Tommies, after 10-run ruling, North Star in 6 innings, 13-3, the number 2 seed, going up against Lax High School. Burlington, the Lakers, that'll be at 3:30 this afternoon on your live event as well with Joel and Josh. And then the nightcap features number 1 seed Lemoore Litchell-Marion against number 4 seed Langdon Area Emor Munich. The Lobos 10-run ruled Surrey in 6 innings yesterday, and then Langdon won a 4-1 over Beulah in the 4-5 matchup. Class A baseball tournament going on at Jack Brown Stadium yesterday. The 4 seed from the East Shanley upsets the 1 seed from the West in Bismarck Century by a final of 4-1. You had Dickinson over Wahpeton 6-3. Minot High 5 better than Fargo North from Jack Brown Stadium in West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Jamestown in that particular contest between the Blue Jays and the Mustangs here. Just going to double check on that particular score, making sure we have it right from yesterday here. The Blue Jays and West Fargo Cheyenne. Cheyenne did end up going on to win by a final of 10-3. So you're going to have Minot High and Cheyenne in one semifinal, and in the other semifinal at the State A baseball tournament, it's Fargo, Shanley, and Dickinson. In State A softball, that's going on at Trapper Field in Jamestown. What happened yesterday was a Western sweep. The WDA took care of the EDC, a 7-6 win. Bismarck Legacy over West Fargo Cheyenne. 10-rip Bismarck High over Red River in 5 innings. In 5 innings as well, Dickinson over Valley City 11-1. Then Jamestown over West Fargo 4-2. So the semifinals from Trapper Field at 4 o'clock. Legacy and Bismarck High, followed by Dickinson and Jamestown. That again is the Class A state softball tournament going on in the Buffalo City. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back after this. Take a look at some of our player profiles and also our starting lineups all ahead of the opening pitch between Thompson and Velva-Drake Anamoose. The Tommies at 14 wins, 6 losses on the season. The Aggies are 11-5. A gorgeous day here in Fargo. It is in the upper 50s to low 60s right now. We'll get to the 70-degree mark here throughout the day. Clear skies, not a cloud in the sky compared to yesterday where the wind was howling to left field. There's not much wind to speak of here today, so if you're going to hit a home run, you're definitely going to earn it with your power instead of put it up in the jet stream and maybe let the wind take one. But the wind not as fierce as it was yesterday. If there is any wind, a little bit that's blowing more left to right across the diamond. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back after this with the starting lineups and the opening pitch up around the corner here on your live event.
Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
That does it again for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to IrieINS.com. That's IrieINS.com for all of your insurance requests. Chase Miller with you here on your live event. Game number 1 of 4, day number 2 of the state softball tournament. The Thompson Tommies, head coached by Matt Chandler for the Velva-Drake Anamoose. Aggies head coached by Bryce Gutnick here for the Aggies. 11 wins, 5 losses on the season. Thompson at 14-6 for Velva-Drake Anamoose. The Aggies looking for their second state tournament appearance here. They finished 8th place in 2019, so a win here today or a win tomorrow would give them their best mark in program history. For the Thompson Tommies a year ago, made it to the state title game, finishing runner-up against the Central Cass Squirrels. Take a look at the starting lineups first for the visitors on the scoreboard. That is the Thompson Tommies out in their black pants with their gray top, a mix a little bit of lime green and dark green here for Thompson as well. The Tommies will go like this: Sydney Schwabe, the sophomore center fielder; Maya Krogstad, the senior second baseman; Olivia Dick batting third, the junior catcher; cleanup is face stump; Summer Haig batting 5th, with Drew Schwab 6th, the sophomore pitcher; Kristen Lopez batting 7th, Kaya Hurst 8th, and Maya Warkin is 9th here for Thompson. So Schwabe, Krogstad, Dick, Stump, Haig, Schwab, Lopez, Hurst, and Warkin here for the Thompson Tommies as we get things underway right on time here at Theraldson Park on the campus of NDSU. Again, clear skies, sunny skies, a little wind going left to right. Opening pitch at 10:58, and that is in there for a strike against Cindy Schwabe. Seltzer behind the plate, Olivia Pesa on here for the Aggies, and this one is hit up the first baseline foul, now 0-2. Keller at third base, Bodine at short, Bayless at second with Fletchock at first. Left to right in the outfield is Clemens, Miller in center, and Nacho Parenko in right field here for the Aggies out in their white uniforms, the blue pinstripes here with the Aggie logo on the front. 0-2 pitch popped up, and this one will be over the dugout foul, and we'll keep it at 0-2. Yesterday, that might have been caught in the field of play with how much the wind was blowing from that first base to the left field foul pole, but today that's just going to be a routine foul ball here in Fargo. 0-2 pitch on the way again as Pesa works ahead in the count. This one will miss inside. Now it's 1-2. Taking a look at what happened yesterday for Thompson. Schwabe went 1 of 4 from the plate with a run scored and a pair of strikeouts. 1-2 pitch up coming here for Pesa, looking for out number 1 here the first. And she gets it with a swing and a miss and a strikeout. 1 down now as we go to Maya Krogstad. Krogstad had herself a really fine performance yesterday for Thompson. It just seemed like every time when the Tommies needed a hit, Krogstad was able to deliver for Thompson yesterday, going 3 for 4 from the plate. As she fouls this one back, it'll be 0-1. Maya had a run scored with a run driven in as well. 3 hits out of 4 at-bats for Krogstad yesterday. Pesa looks in here. No balls, 1 strike. This one is slashed and fouled, and we'll have a 0-2 offering again. So Pesa working ahead of these first 2 Thompson hitters right now as she got ahead 0-2 against Schwabe, 0-2 here against Krogstad. There was a couple of foul balls, but working ahead here is Pesa. As Pesa looks in, the 0-2 pitch on the way, swung on, and this is going to get past the catcher. There was no foul tip. Goes to the backstop, but Selzer does a nice job going to Fletchock. 1-3 on the putout, and that's strikeout number 2. So 2 outs now. And that'll be 2-3, on the putout. Olivia Dick will step up. As Olivia Dick, the junior catcher here, and I think Matt Chandler's coming in and asking, hey, did Maya possibly get a foul tip on that one to have it go back to the backstop as it did or not? The umpires for this game, again, Mark Sandman, Chad Mears, and Josh Savor. Savor is calling balls and strikes behind the plate. So Olivia Dick, the junior catcher, now will dig in here for the Tommies. And this one will miss as Pesa kind of has a little bit of a chuckle there as that one went well away off the zone. It will be a ball. First time here that the Thompson Tommy batters are working ahead in the count here on Pesa for the top of the lineup. 1-0 pitch on the way here to Olivia. This one will run in, miss. At the shoelace is now 2-0. In day number 1 of this tournament, Region 1 and Region 4 took care of business. 2-0 pitch upcoming here. That one going to miss for a ball as well. Now 3-0, where those particular regions, out of Region 4 with Renville County, we saw a pair from Region 1 make it. This one in there for a strike, now 3-1 with Kindred Richland and Central Cass. Beulah was able to make it as well. So we have one from Region 3, one from Region 4, 2 from Region 1. This one going to be hit on the ground. Bayless is there at second base, goes to Fletchock, 4-3 on the putout, and 3 up and 3 down here to open up this contest here for the Thompson Tommies. So Olivia Pesa, an inning of work. Coming to the plate for the first time today are the Aggies. That's coming up next here on your live event.
With Irie Insurance, we are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com.
Let's take a look at the lineup here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. Carolyn Bodine, the senior shortstop, batting leadoff here for the Aggies. Hallie Keller, the senior third baseman, batting second, and Olivia Pesa, the opposing pitcher, is third. Berkeley Selzer, the cleanup batter, the catcher. Sina Clemens will be batting fifth. Olivia Miller sixth. Natalie Nacha-Parenko, the seventh-place batter in the outfield and right. Haley Fletchock will be batting eighth, and Brooke Larson, the designated player, batting ninth. And the flex player here today is Bayless for Velva-Drake Anamoose. For the Thompson Tommies, it's going to be Drew Schwab in the circle. And you're going to have Olivia Dick as the battering ram here for Thompson. And the outfield, Stump in left, Schwabe in center with Workin in right, Haig at first, Krogstad at second, Hurst at short, and Lopez at third. Here's the righty's pitch. That'll miss for a ball in the inner part here with Drew Schwab. Now it's 1-0 to Carolyn Bodine. Bodine, played catcher yesterday, shortstop today, takes a ball as well. Now 2-0. For Velva-Drake Anamoose yesterday, Bodine as the leading run scorer alongside with runs driven in for the Aggies. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss. That'll be 3 balls and no strikes here to Bodine. So 3-0 upcoming here, and Schwab is in danger of a 4-pitch walk. And the pitch. That'll be in there for a strike. Now 3-1. Inner part of the plate. Good location there by Schwab right at the knee, and taking all the way was Carolyn. 3-1 upcoming here as Schwab tries to work back in the count. This one is going to be popped up, and a chance for the fans in the stands. And it'll be now 3-2. Saw a couple of good catches yesterday in the stands. Good-looking crowd here at Theraldson Park as well. Already got folks up and down the first and third base lines. Getting a little bit of that summer tan into boot with the sun beaming in the sky. This pitch is going to be missing on the inner part of the plate, so Bodine takes a 6-pitch walk, and that'll get the first base runner on of the contest. So Velva-Drake Anamoose will have a runner at first base here with Bodine. Hallie Keller, the senior third baseman, will step up now, and we'll see what the play is on here for the Aggies. And this will be in there for a strike. 0-1. Keller looked to bluff a bunt and took the bat back. Yesterday, Halley went 1 for 3 in their loss against Kindred Richland with a run driven in. A walk as well. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one missing on the inner part of the plate. Now it's 1-1. Yesterday, the big story was that last game in terms of closeness, but also in terms of the strikeout performance. 1-1 pitch on the way. This one going to be fouled and grounded. Will be 1-2. Renville County Ginger Savakul went 7 innings, had 15 strikeouts with 10 walks, something you don't see every day. And then her counterpart, Riley Santrum, picked up the complete game loss. She was able to get 11 punch-outs with 0 walks on the opposite side. 1-2 pitch on the way. That'll miss just out of the zone. Now 2-2. That was the big storyline. Delax Burlington and Central Cassie, where they had a couple of home runs combined in that particular contest. The Squirrels put up a tournament high so far, 20 runs. This one is laced down the left field line, but foul. About a good 1.5 foot foul up the left field line, and Keller will have to do it all over again with 2-2. These are the tough games for either team. It doesn't matter what tournament, basketball, volleyball, you name it. In football, it's one and done, but in most other sports, you get a chance to play 3 games at a state tournament, and you lose that quarterfinal round game. How can you come back here in the Consolation semifinals as this one is fouled back, and we'll keep it at 2-2 to keep it going. Both of these teams fairly young. For the Thompson Tommies, just one senior on their roster, Maya Krogstad. So if you're a Matt Chandler, a chance to continue to get games for a bevy of sophomores, some 8th graders as well. 2-2 pitch, off speed, got her looking, and there's strikeout number 1 for Schwab. So a walk followed by a strikeout. Olivia Pesa will step in now for Velva-Drake Anamoose. On the opposite side for the Aggies, you have Brooke Larson, a senior. Emma Dove is a senior, alongside with her, Hallie Keller. You have Bodine and Eagle Harder seniors. As this one gets to the backstop, it'll be 1-0, and that'll allow Bodine to get to second base safely. So the Aggies have some seniors here, and then you look at some of the players that they'll have coming back. Well, one of them is the junior here in Pesa next season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one is hit in the air, and this one will be over the third base dugout. No, it'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. And then you take a look at the next player, and Berkeley Seltzer's a junior. You got a sophomore in Clemens with Miller alongside Nacha Parenko and Fletchock. So they're going to lose a couple of players from the Aggies, but just like Thompson, their core is coming back again next season. This one is jammed, and another chance for the fans, and what a catch in the second row. That'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes upcoming here to the number 3 batter, Pesa. Runner at second base is Bodine after a leadoff walk. 1-2 pitch here by the righty Schwab. And this one is hit in the air, foul up the third baseline, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Still to come today here on your live event at 1 o'clock is the scheduled time for Delax, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark, and Mayport CG. Mayport CG and Thompson, they might play each other one more time. We've already played each other 4 times this season. Here's the 1-2 pitch, off speed, and Schwab got her swinging. So strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. Back-to-back K's here for Schwab. 2 down now in the bottom of the first inning. As Berkeley Selzer, the junior catcher, will dig in now for the Aggies. Berkeley yesterday against Kindred Richland was able to go 0 for 2 with a pair of walks and a strikeout. This one will miss for a ball. It'll now be 1-0. Also, we'll have the semifinals later tonight, 4 o'clock, Kindred Richland and Beulah. And then the final game of day number 2, Central Cass and Renville County at 6 o'clock. This one is foul, and that'll be 1-1. For Thompson in the bottom of this, to start the second inning, face Stump, Summer Hagen, Drew Schwab, the 4, 5, and 6 batters due up here for the Tommies. So far, no hits across, just 1 base runner. That was leadoff runner here with Bodine, who's at second base. This one misses out of the zone. Now 2-1. Well, you cannot ask really for a better particular day in terms of the weather we are having right now in Fargo. This one is hit up the third base line in foul territory. Giving chase was Lopez, and Lopez had to fight a little bit of the sun there atop, trying to get into left field. Gave it a good effort, but it will be a strike, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch on the way. This one is in on the ground foul, and we'll do it all over again. So these games, again, are developmental building block games for teams, like we talked about with Thompson and head coach Matt Chandler. Out of Region 2, Mayport, CG, Grafton were kind of the teams out of Region 2 this season. For Velva-Drake, Anamoose, and the Aggies, there's a ton of Western teams that have came across the state in the last couple of years. 2-2 pitch. This one will miss on the inner part. Now will make the count full at 3-2. Cena Clemens is due up next if Seltzer can climb aboard. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way. That'll miss on the inside portion of the plate, and it'll be the second walk of the inning. Now runners will be at first and second base. So Clemens will come up here. Sienna, the sophomore left fielder, bats from the right-hand side as well. Clemens went 0 for 2 with a run driven in, a walk yesterday. And their loss against Kindred Richland. First pitch swinging, swung on and missed. Schwab works ahead in the count. So runner at second is Bodine. You have Seltzer at first. Bodine got to second after a wild pitch in the Keller at bat. 0-1 offering on the way. This one is hit up the third baseline foul. There's been a couple of good rips so far here by the Aggies. They've just been a little in front of Schwab trying to time up that off-speed pitch right now. Drew Schwab, the sophomore, here for the Tommies this season. A lot of sophomores for Matt Chandler. 0-2 pitch on the way. That'll miss out of the zone now. 1-2. You hear a lot from folks, whether it's baseball or softball, if you can have a quality arm in the circle or on the mound and then have a quality arm behind the plate. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one is hitting the air up the third base line. Lopez gives it a run, but she can't get there quick enough, and it'll be 1-2. If you have a quality arm and then a quality catcher, you can find yourself to stay in a lot of contests where if you can get some strikeouts and just take some pressure off your defense. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one is hit, and look out. That one almost went right into the third base coach's box as Bryce Gutnick had to kind of scamper out of the way. A little bit of a matador on that one away. So we'll do it all over again at 1-2. Schwab looking for her third punch out of the inning here after a pair of walks, 2 strikeouts, 1-2 offering, hit on the ground, and that'll be foul again. Lopez has been kept busy as she hasn't yet made a play, but tracking foul balls so far here in the first. Another long at bat by an Aggie batter here. First batter of the game, Bodine had a full count, 2-2 to Keller. A full count was Seltzer, 1-2 pitch, and Clemens just continues to foul off here against Drew Schwab. And we'll do 1-2 all over again. Velva-Drake, Anamoose looking to strike first, while Thompson looking to keep that goose egg up on the scoreboard. 1-2 offering. This one is hit high in the air, but foul up the third base line. Something that was a theme yesterday. If you scored first, you ended up winning the contest. Renville County, Central Cass, Beulah, and Kindred Richland all scored first yesterday, and they ended up winning the contest. 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be back into the fan stands here, and we'll do it all over again. So we'll see if that theme continues in day number 2, where if the team that scores first, 3 home teams, 1 visiting team on the scoreboard are able to win the 4 contests in day number 1. 1-2 pitch on the way. That'll run in, and it'll now be 2-2. Taking a big secondary lead there was Bodine off a second. She was about 20 feet off the bag. We'll see if Olivia Dick tries to have a wraparound throw. 2-2 pitch. That one's hit high in the air down the left field line, and it's going to be in foul territory, and Stuff comes in with about 5 feet in front of her. Yesterday, that might have had a chance to get out, but today, with how the wind is blowing, that is just a deep fly ball to retire the side. For Velva-Drake, Anamoose, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. An inning complete. The Consolation semifinals were scoreless here on your live event.
Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Update from Newman Outdoor Field in the Consolation semifinals for the State B baseball tournament. It's North Star 5, the Central Cass Squirrels 3. That game also on your live event. Joel Morgan and Josh Boyko for the call with you on that one. They will also have the Thompson-Tommy baseball game later today from Newman. That is scheduled to get underway at 3:30 as the Thompson-Tommies go up against Delax Burlington. After one inning, Thompson and Velva-Drake Anamoose scoreless as we go to the top of the second inning for Thompson, where Faye Stump, Summer Haig, and Drew Schwab will be going up against Olivia Pesa. Pesa in the first inning able to get a pair of strikeouts off of Croxted and Schwabe. Take a look at how Thompson did yesterday in this part of the lineup. Faye Stump went 1 of 4 with a run scored and an RBI so far in the tournament. Summer Haig is 1 of 4, and you have Drew Schwab at 1 of 4 with a run scored for the middle part of this lineup after 1 day of play. So Pesa will get things going here in inning number 2. Contest so far that's 17 minutes old. 7 innings of high school softball here, unless we get to a 10-run rule. This one is going to be hit on the ground and past the third baseman Keller up the left field line. Rounding first is Stump, and she'll stay there. Good job by Clemens to cut that ball off, but a first pitch swing and a first hit of the morning here for Thompson. Summer Haig will come up to the plate now for the Tommies. Straightaway center, 218 feet. Jettison's down the right field line at 200 and the same 200 down the left field line. Right now there's some workers working on the renovated track and field here at North Dakota State as well in the distance in right field. This one is going to allow the runner Haig to go from first to second. There was a swing but no foul tip, and that'll allow on the pass ball to get Stumped now to second base. Summer Haig will be behind the count, 0-1. Runner again at second is Stump, as Pesa for the first time today has to deal with a base runner. And this one, second time we've seen from Pesa that off-speed where she just holds it a little bit too long, and that goes into the opposite batter's box. Seltzer does a nice job of keeping that one close. So here's the 1-1 pitch. This one will run in and miss. Now it'll be 2-1. Drew Schwab is due up next. So for Thompson, trying to get a quality and productive out here at the least for Summer Haig to try to get the runner to third base with Stump. 2-1 pitch. This one is lined right back up the middle, and that's going to be into center field. Matt Chandler rounding Stump. Here's the throw coming in from Miller, and that's not going to be in time. It's an RBI single as Stump comes in, and Haig plates the first run of the contest. Faye Stump just had to wait a little bit there to see if there was going to be a line drive that went over Pesa's head, as Pesa brought the glove out to see if, hey, I might be able to get there quick enough and try to corral it and maybe get a run, or at least try to get an out. And aggressive was Matt Chandler. Miller had a really nice throw, but beating it by his step was Stump. Now Haig sits at second base here, so the first run in the top of the second inning. That one in there for a strike here to Drew Schwab. So give the RBI again to Stump. Give that to Haig here as Stump comes in to score. Make it 1-0 Thompson. This one swung on and miss. It will now be 1-2. So Pesa looking for out number 1 here of the second. Well, Thompson, they'll be looking to add on here. Swung on a check swing. She went. The catcher has to go to first, so Selzer to Fletchock. There will be an out, but because this went all the way to the backstop, that'll allow Haig to get to third base. So a strikeout there for Schwab. It'll be 2-3 on the putout. Third strikeout here for Olivia Pesa in the circle, and now it's Christine Lopez here. As Lopez, the junior third baseman, will dig in with the runner at third again in Haig. First pitch swinging. That's swung on and missed. Now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. That'll miss for a ball, now 1-1. Batter number 7 here in the lineup for the Thompson Tommies. Corner infielders playing in. The shortstop, Bodine, playing deep at short, where the second baseman kind of playing even with the base pass at second between first and second. So if you can just get one past the pitcher here for Lopez on the ground, you'll have a good chance of bringing Hagen from third base. Lopez takes outside for a ball. 2-1 pitch on the way here for Pesa. The righty winds and delivers. 2-1 pitch, splits the plate, now 2-2. Runner at third again is Haig after delivering the RBI single. 2-2 pitch on the way, hit, and that's going to be in the ground and into short right center field. Past the diving Bayless in second, and it's an RBI single for Lopez as Summer Haig comes in to score. It's now 2-0 Thompson. So Thompson with 3 singles so far in the inning, and they've been able to run extremely well on the base pass here as well. So Lopez delivers the RBI, and Thompson with a 2-0 advantage. Still one out here, and this one will miss to Hurst. Kaya, the shortstop 8th grader here, getting some playing time this season for head coach Matt Chandler. Hurst yesterday 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. And this one will be in there for a strike, now 1-1. Runner at first base here for the Tommies is Lopez. She stayed put so far at first. We'll see if Chandler maybe puts her in motion here. 1-1 pitch. She stays put, and it'll now be 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Thompson with 2 runs across so far here against the Aggies. 2-1 offering. This one is hit and jammed up the first base line. Former Thompson Tommy, now Mayville State product, Mackenzie Hughes, helping out Matt Chandler. 2-2 on the way here as the righty Pesa looks in and fires. This one going to be jammed in a pop-up here. Giving it a chase as the catcher. Selzer about a foot short. I'm trying to make that foul ball catch. Instead, it'll be another 2-2 pitch upcoming here to Kaya Hurst. Maya Warkin due up next, and it goes back to the top of the lineup here for the Thompson Tommies. Thompson, 14 wins, 6 losses on this season. For the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies, it's 11 wins and 5 losses on the season. So game number 17 for the Aggies, game number 21 here for the Thompson Tommies. This Theraldson Park is all turf, infield, outfield on the base pass as well. A nice facility for high school softball in the state of North Dakota, but also for Summit League softball for Division I. This one goes to the backstop, going from first to second base, and be Lopez on the wild pitch. It will now be a 3-2 count to Hurst. So 3-2 pitch on the way. This one will run in and hit her. So going to first base will be Hurst. The wild pitch essentially becomes null and void, as now you'll have runners at first and second base. So Thompson having themselves a nice second inning here, as Matt Chandler making sure that face stump, Hurst is all right up the first base line. So Workin will come on now for Thompson with runners at first and second base. First pitch in there for a strike, now 0-1. Thompson right now having themselves a very nice second inning, looking to continue. Pesa already with 34 pitches thrown. This one will miss outside for a ball, as it will now be 1-1. Goes back to the top of the lineup here after Pesa had a 3-up, 3-down with 2 punch-outs first inning. This is batter number 6 for Thompson in the second. This one will run in at the knee, miss on the outer part of the inner part of the plate. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. RBI by Haig and RBI by Lopez. That's the 2 runs so far for the Tommies. Pesa with a 2-1 pitch. It'll be jammed. It'll be a slow ground ball to Pesa. She goes to Fletchock to first to record the out. And actually, they're going to say it's a foul ball. So a foul ball. So they will say it's a foul ball. So runners will go back to first and second, and we'll have a 2-2 count upcoming. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here, 1 out with runners at first and second. After they called the ball dead, and this one gets by the catcher and allow everybody to move up 60 feet. That'll be a wild pitch. So Lopez will be at third base. Hurst will be at second base. So after Warkin came in to try to throw, it'll be 3 balls, 2 strikes. When Warkin came in to swing at that one, it hit her hands, and they called it foul. 3-2 pitch. That one is hit in the air and lofted to center field. Miller comes in. Miller tries to throw out the runner, tagging from third. Coming in safely from third base is Lopez, and they're going to get the runner out at third. So count the run. The run will score with Lopez in the sacrifice fly, and then Hurst is retired at third base. It's 3-0 Thompson here after an inning and a half complete. So a nice throw by Miller to able to get to Seltzer. They don't get the lead runner Lopez, but then Seltzer goes to Keller, who applies the tag, and it's 3-0 Tommy. So the Tommies score 3 runs in the top of the second as we go to the bottom of the second with the Aggies coming to bat here on your live event.
Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
So we go to the bottom of the second inning here. The Thompson Tommies, 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and no runners left on base in the second. 1-0 pitch on the way with Miller, the 6th batter here in the Aggie lineup. She will take inside. It'll now be 2-0. Nacha Parenko, then Hallie Fletchock due up after that. 2-0 pitch on the way here from Drew Schwab. That one will miss. Now it'll be 3-0. For the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies, they had a leadoff walk and stranded Bodine at second base, and then Seltzer was able to get a 2-out walk, and this would be a 4-pitch walk here for Schwab. So a pair of walks so far. There has been 2 punch-outs for Schwab. She has yet to give up a hit, but Velva-Drake Anamoose being patient at the plate, able to get some good opportunities against her so far, and they've just really done a nice job of working the count and forcing Schwab to throw some pitches. So you get the RBIs with Haig alongside Schwab, the sacrifice fly as well with Workin that plated the run to come in, again with Lopez in that second inning. Get to a quick check on our out-of-town scoreboard here after this pitch to Nacha Parenko. This one will be in there for a strike now, 0-1. Going on at Newman Outdoor Field right now. It's a tie ball game. North Star 5 and Central Cass 5 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. That one on your live event as well. This one misses out of the zone. It'll be 1-1. Baseball a little bit ahead of softball today and yesterday, where the games got underway at 10 o'clock yesterday at Newman Outdoor Field and 10 o'clock this morning as well. 1-1 pitch on the way. This one is going to be back into the stands, and that'll be hitting a empty chair. It'll be 1-2. So runner at first base still is Miller. Nacha Parenko is behind the count 1-2. She has fouled a couple off here as Drew Schwab will look in to try to get potentially her 3rd strikeout of the day. This one is hit on the ground right to the third baseman. Lopez goes across, and that'll be an errant throw. She was trying to get Miller out at second. This will go into short center field. Schwabi with a relay throw, not going to be in time, and Velva-Drake Anamoose has plated their first run of the game. So Lopez trying to get the lead runner, Miller. That'll be an error on the play. So Miller will able to come in and score. Nacha Parenko will be at second base, and that'll be an error on the third baseman. And then by the time Schwabi was trying to bring that one in, as it'll be 1-0 now to Fletchock. By the time Schwabi came in and Krogstad threw it to Dick, Miller was already rounding third base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one is hit right back up the middle, actually off the glove of Schwab. At third base is Nacha Parenko, and they're going to hold her there as Schwabi was coming in and playing it heavily. The Aggie fans wanted that one to possibly get another run, but instead it will be runners at the corners here. Turns at first and second, nobody out, bottom of the second inning. So far, 1 hit, an error, and a walk for Velva-Drake Anamoose in this inning. Pickoff throw goes back to third base, and going to stay there is Lopez. After Olivia Dick threw it down, Lopez able to get enough of the glove on that one to keep Nacha Parenko close. We did see a player get thrown out at third base yesterday in day number 1. Very similar play. 1-0 pitch on the way. That one in there for a strike. Now 1-1. Brooke Larson here, the senior designated player, stepping up, the number 9 batter in the lineup for the Aggies. 1-1 pitch. This one is grounded, foul. Now 1-2, very reminiscent to Thompson. Bottom of the lineup doing some damage here also now for the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-2. Fletchock at first with Nacha Parenko at third base. And right now Drew Schwab has found herself a little bit of a pickle here in the second inning. Off-speed pitch. That'll miss. It'll be now 3-2. Thompson 3 runs in their top half of the second. The Aggies looking to answer. Swung on and miss, and Schwab gets the first out of this second inning. Good pitch there. Schwab gets her third strikeout, 3 walks, 3 Ks, 1 hit against, and a run as Carolyn Bodine will step up to the plate. Bodine was able to draw out a long at-bat to open it up for the Aggies. He was able to deliver a walker first time up. This time fouled, and that'll be into the stands here, and it'll be 0-1. One thing Schwab has done a fairly decent job so far, first time through the lineup, is trying to get ahead of these Aggie batters, but Velva-Drake Anamoose has done a better job of just lofting some pitches foul and forcing Schwab's pitch count to continue to rise here early in the second inning as Bodine does it again, hits one up the third base line on the ground, but foul. Currently so far for the Thompson Tommy pitcher, and Drew Schwab has thrown 43 pitches so far. And now pitch 44 will just miss out of the zone. It'll be 1-2. Runner at third base, Nacha Parenko, reach base on an error. 1-2 pitch. This one is hitting the air down the left field line, and that's in front of the left fielder stump. Everybody moves up 60 feet. It's an RBI single for Bodine, and now Velva-Drake Anamoose is down by a run. Coming in to score is Nacha Parenko. Fletchock at second base. Bodine delivers the goods. It's now bottom of the second inning, and it's a Bodine RBI single. This one going to miss. It'll be now 1-0 for the Thompson Tommies in the top of the third inning. They'll have the top of the lineup in Schwabi, Krogstad, and Olivia Dick coming up in the third, but still just one out here in the second. This one is jammed. This one going to be playable, and the shortstop will come in, Hurst, and we'll put some of the boosters on in short left field and get to that one for out number 2. So Bodine at first base, at second is Fletchock, and Olivia Pesa, who struck out her last time up, will be coming up here. Struck out swinging, able to fall behind the count 1-2, fouled off a handful of pitches before finally succumbing to Schwab. Here's the pitch. This is foul back to the net. Now 0-1. Batter number 7 here for Velva-Drake Anamoose in the bottom of the second inning. Delax Burlington already getting some reps up the batting cages, up the third base line. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Now 0-2. Thompson trying to get out of this inning with the lead after scoring 3 in the top half. The Aggies so far 2 in the bottom. 0-2 pitch is hit, and that's to right center field, and that's going to split the gap. Coming in to score from second is Fletchock. Bodine is rounding third. She's going to come in. It's a bases clearing double for Pesa, and Velva-Drake Anamoose has taken the lead for the first time today at 4-3. Pesa with a 2 RBI double. And now the Aggies, for the first time, have played with the lead. Batter number 8 here at Berkeley, Selzer. Selzer was able to make the count full her last time up and drew a walk, and she works ahead in the count here. 2 balls and no strikes in the bottom of the second inning. An inning that has just felt like it's taken an eternity here for both of these teams. A lot of pitches. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss. Now 3-0. Clemens is due up next, and that'll be batter number 9 for the Aggies. Runner at second is Pesa. That was a good hit to right center field. 3-0 pitch on the way, that'll miss. And Matt Chandler will come out here for the Thompson Tommies. So Matt Chandler will come out. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here, as we'll have runners at first and second base. We'll see if there's a pitching change or if there's just a little meeting on the mound right now between the infield and the head coach. Matt Chandler in his 6th season as the head coach for the Thompson Tommies after spending 1 season as an assistant coach. Coach Chandler, career record of 92 wins, 38 losses for Thompson. Holds multiple degrees, including Bachelor of Science in Business and Administration from Mayville State in 2006, and also in Education from Mayville State in 2013, a Master's Education Leadership from the University of Mary in 2022. Currently a junior science teacher. Matt is married to Katie and has 2 children as well, Josie and Connor. A little background on head coach for Thompson in Matt Chandler. 4-3 is your score right now as runners at first and second. This one will be in there for a strike to Cena Clemens. It'll be 0-1. Clemens flew out to stump to end the first inning or last time up. 0-1 pitch. That'll miss. It'll be 1-1. Off the bat, Clemens almost sounded like it was maybe going to get out of the ballpark, but then just kind of hung a little bit to left field for a loud out. 1-1 pitch, and this one is hammered down the left field line, but foul. It'll be 1-2. That sounded good off the bat immediately. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Runners at first and second, and the pitch off speed, trying to lock her up. Instead, it'll be 2-2. So after a 3-run top half of the second, the Aggies have responded with at least 4 in the bottom half, and Schwab retires aside, strike 3, swinging. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Schwab, but the damage is done as Velva-Drake Anamoose scores 4 runs in the bottom of the second and takes the lead by a run now. It's the Consolation Semifinals on your live event.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Velva-Drake Anamoose scores 4 runs off of 3 hits. There was a double, a pair of singles, a walk, an error, and 2 runners left on base. So 4 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 2 runners left on base for the Aggies, but they also score 4 runs. Velva-Drake Anamoose so far 4 runs off of 3 hits. They have left 4 runners on base and no errors. For the Thompson Tommies, 3 runs on 3 hits. There has been 1 error and nobody left on base so far for Thompson. Game that is 40 minutes old here at Theraldson Park in Fargo, North Dakota. Velva-Drake Anamoose and Thompson winner advances to the Consolation Semifinals. To the 5th place Consolation Championship tomorrow at noon. Loser will play for 7th place at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning here in Fargo. For Thompson, top of the lineup, Sydney Schwabe, Maya Cronkstead, and Olivia Dick. First time through for Olivia Pesa. 2 innings of work, 3 hits against. There was a walk. That was a hit by batter with Hurst, and 3 strikeouts. 2 of the 3 came in the first inning. So Sydney Schwabe here. So the sophomore center fielder, Schwabe, struck out her last time up. So it'll be 1-0 now, 2-0 upcoming here with Schwabe. As we'll take a little bit more of a deep dive here into Velva-Drake Anamoose in a moment, coming into this state tournament, averaging 11 runs, ERA of 1.27. This one in there for a strike for a team ERA. 2-1 here to Schwabe. Two-one pitch. That one will miss. It'll now be 3-1. So Schwabe right now works ahead in the count. 3 balls, 1 strike to Pesa. And the 3-1 pitch. This one will be swung on, and now the count will be full at 3-2. Drake Anamoose head coach, and Bryce Skutnick is his first season as a head coach here for the Aggies after spending 2 years as an assistant. 3-2 pitch on the way. That'll be a walk, and for the Thompson Tommies, they'll get their leadoff runner on here with Schwabe. As Krogstad will step up now for the Tommies. Going back to Bryce. Currently a salesman for RNDC, married and has 2 stepchildren with Berkeley and Jersey as well. This one will be in there for a strike by a Krogstad. Struck out as it went to the backstop, and Selzer threw it down to Fletchock from the catcher to the first baseman here to retire Krogstad, her first time up. 0-1 pitch. That'll be outside now, 1-1. Krogstad, the senior second baseman here with a runner at first, and Schwabe. We'll see if Schwabe maybe gets a little head start here. 1-1 pitch on the way. She's going to go down to second. Here's the throw, and Schwabe's in there safely. Good throw by Selzer, but getting there in front of the tag of Bodine was Schwabe, and Schwabe now at second base with a stolen base. So 2-1 upcoming here with Krogstad, as now she has a runner in scoring position for the Thompson Tommies. Chance to try to tie this one up and put one into the gap somewhere with the speed of Schwabe at second. 2-1 pitch on the way. This will be out of the zone now, 3-1. Olivia Dick is due up next for Thompson. See how aggressive Pesa is with Krogstad. 3-1 pitch fouled, and that'll be 3-2. Selzer behind the plate. Keller at third with Bodina at short. Bayless at second, and Fletchock at first is the infield here for the Aggies. Pay a pitch on the way here for Pesa. That'll miss for a ball, and this gets by the catcher. So a wild pitch will allow the runners to get to the corners now here for the Thompson Tommies. So Schwabe, a walk, a stolen base, then a wild pitch allows her to get to third base. Krogstad gets back-to-back walks to start this third inning, and now it's going to be Olivia Dick with runners at the corners. Olivia Dick will go inside. That'll be a ball, and scampering to second base will be Maya Krogstad without a throw. And now it'll be 2 runners in scoring position as Dick works ahead in the count, 1-0. 1-0 pitch, that'll miss outside, now 2-0. Both teams trying to earn a pair of wins to close out their season and be 5th place in the state Class B tournament. This one is in on the ground past the diving shortstop Odine. 1 run's coming in. They're allowing the second run to score, and it's a bases clearing 2 RBI single for the junior catcher Olivia Dick, and the Thompson Tommies have regained the lead here at 5-3. Nice piece of hitting there, going right back up the middle for Olivia. Schwabe comes in to score alongside with Krogstad, and Dick gets the base knock. And now it's a 2-run inning so far here for the Tommies. So 2 RBI single again for Dick. Makes it 5-4 Thompson. As pace is coming on, and head coach again for Velva-Drake Anamoose just giving her some words of encouragement here for Bryce, trying to calm her down. And after Thompson's kind of ambushed her a little bit here with some timely walks, and now Olivia Dick right up the middle. Can't fault the effort there by Bodine. She went all out to try to keep that one at least from going to center field. Instead it does, and it's a bases clearing 2 RBI base knock here for the Thompson Tommies. 5 runs so far on 4 hits for Thompson. There has been 1 error. You have 3 hits for Velva-Drake Anamoose, and they have 4 runs across. This one in there for a strike to face Stump. Stump started the second inning off with a single, then came in to score on an RBI from Haig. This one's going to be hit in the air to center fielder. That's going to be over the center fielder's head. So Olivia Dick will round second. Face Stump has to hold up there. They're going to hold the runners as this one gets back in. So Miller had a chance at it at center field and then stopped for a second and then lost it as it goes all the way to the wall. So Olivia Dick will go from first to third. Stump will be at second base. We're seeing how they're going to mark this one. They're going to give an error to the center fielder here, and that'll be a ball with Summer Haig, so 1-0. So an error again will go to the center fielder Miller as she had a chance to catch that ball and just unable to come down with it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one blocked there by Seltzer. Still nobody out here in the top of the third inning. So Summer Haig, 2 balls, no strikes. We'll see this one coming in. This one hit right to the pitcher. Doing a nice job filling her position there as Pesa 1 down. Line drive right back to the pitcher, and it'll be 1 down as Drew Schwab struck out her last time up. So Tommy's in the second inning, able to get 6 runs, 6 batters to the plate, score 3 runs. This one looking for the safety squeeze is foul. Now 0-1. This will be the 6th batter here for Thompson in the third inning. High school softball, again, 7 innings unless you are able to be up by 10 or more after 4.5. Then the game would be final via the mercy rule. This one hit on the ground to the shortstop here. Bodine goes across the diamond. This will bring the throw, will allow everybody to move up 60 feet and score. It's now 5-4. Bodine did a nice job of going in the hole on that one, but then pulling off Fletchock at first, hustling out of the box the entire way for Schwab, and they're going to have her get a base knock on the play. This one will be in there for a strike. So now 1-0. Going to second base will be Schwab. Runners will be at second and third right now. 6-4 is your score. This one going to be hit on the ground of the second baseman as Bayless goes over to first. It will be a run driven in and a productive one at that as well. It's now 7-4 after it's a 4-3 with Lopez. But it will be an RBI variety. So 7-4 now, Thompson with a runner at third base and 2 outs. Lopez hits one up the first base line. That'll be foul. So Schwab right now at third base. 4 runs so far. As coming in to score is Schwabe, Krogstad, Dick, and Stump in this third inning. This one will run in. It'll be now 1-1 to Hurst. Hurst was hit by a batter her last time up in the second inning. 1-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss for a ball. Now 2-1. Maya Warkin is on deck here for Thompson. 2-1 pitch upcoming here for Pesa. This one is hit, and that's going to be foul. Then we'll make it 2-2. Runner at third again is Schwab, and Thompson's been able to answer after 4 runs by Velva-Drake, Anamoose in the second with a 4 spot here of their own in the third. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and that'll retire the side, but not before Thompson scores 4 runs in the top of the third. The Tommy's up by 3. Velva-Drake, Anamoose coming to the plate next on your live event.
Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Central Cast.
As we continue here from Tharaldson Park, after a pair of walks to start the inning for Thompson, there was a single followed by an error, and another single, a 4-3 RBI, and a strikeout. So 4 runs, 2 hits. There was an error and a runner left on base. It's 2 1/3 innings so far complete. Thompson does lead it 7-4 as Velva-Drake Anamoose will be coming up here in the bottom of the third inning, looking to get some of those runs back. This one is going to be hit down the left field line, and that'll be out of play. Olivia Miller coming up for the second time today. 1 ball and 1 strike. A walk with a run scored after she came in to score on the error in the second. So it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike. This one will run up and miss. It'll be now 2-1. Stump in left field, Schwabe in center, working, and right here for Thompson in the outfield. 2-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss. It'll now be 3-1. So far for Velva-Drake Anamoose, 3 hits. They have left 4 runners on base. 3-1 pitch on the way is a walk. So just like the second inning, Miller draws a walk here in the third. That's the 5th free pass for Schwabe here today. 2 walks in the first inning. There was 2 walks in the second and 1 so far here in the third. Schwab does have 2 strikeouts, 2 in the first and 2 in the third as well. Runner at first, though, for the Aggies. This one will be in there for a strike. Danacha Parenko, now it's 0-1. Natalie reached base on that air from Lopez to Hurst back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, now 0-2. Opportunity for some teams to play each other again, particularly out of Region 2 in Thompson and Mayport CG, depending on how these 2 games unfold. Swung on and missed, and Schwab gets the strikeout. Out number 1 here for the 5th strikeout here for Schwab. And now it's Hallie Fletchock steps up here for the Aggies. Fletchock, a single with a run scored. That came in the second inning here. This one foul tipped. It'll be 0-1 here to Fletchock. Fletchock, 8th batter here for Velva-Drake and Moose in the lineup. 0-1 pitch on the way. This one is hit, and that's going to be 0-2 upcoming now with a runner at first base again in Miller. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on, and that will be a strikeout, and the second out here for Schwab. So back-to-back Ks for Drew, and 2 outs now in the third inning after a walk to Miller, a punch out of Nachaparenko, a punch out of Fletchock, and delivering ball number 1 here to Brooke Larson. Larson struck out swinging her last time up in the second inning. 1-0 pitch on the way by Schwab. This one hit on the ground, and it'll be up the third baseline foul. We'll keep it at 1-1. Still to come here today, game number 2 will be Mayport CG against the likes Burlington, Lewis, and Clark. Both teams here getting some working up the third base line. This one is hit on the ground. That goes to short off of Hurst. Rounding second on her way to third is Miller, and Miller will be in there. Now she's going to be taken off the base as you have her and the third baseman Lopez kind of connect with each other, and a good job there. Trying to apply the tag was Lopez as Miller kept a foot on the base some way, somehow. That'll be an error on the shortstop there as Miller will go first to third, and Larson will get on base. So Bodine will step up. Tough play there for Hurst. She was able to get her glove on it, and this one will hit the batter with Bodine. So bases will be loaded now for Velva-Drake Anamoose here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. So a leadoff walk, pair of strikeouts, an error, and now a hit batter. Miller at third base. You have Larson at second and Bodine at first, with Keller 0 for 2 today. Takes a first pitch ball that was running in. Keller struck out looking her first time up, then flying out to the Hurst in short center field her second time up. 1-0 pitch on the way. This one is hit down the third baseline foul. Will be 1-1. Batter number 6 here for the Aggies. Top of the fourth inning for Thompson. They will send 8, 9, and 1 batters in work in Schwabe and Krogstedt. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Bottom of the third inning for Velva-Drake Anamoose. 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Hurst fields it, goes across the diamond. 6-3 on the putout to retire this side. So bases were loaded and left on. No runs. There was no hits. There was an error, and there was 3 runners left on base. We go to the top of the fourth inning. 7-4 Thompson on your live event.
to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 batters here for the Thompson Tommies to get going in the top of the 4th inning. Take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard. We will pass scores from across the day as those come in. Top of the 7th inning, it's Central Cass 9, North Star 5. Central Cass 9, North Star 5 in the top of the 7th inning. Squirrels trying to get back to a Consolation championship in baseball. Those two, the Squirrels and the Bearcats, played each other last season as well. That's a contest you can listen with Joel Morgan and Josh Boyko here on your live event. Chase Miller with you from Haroldson Park on the campus of North Dakota State University as Velva-Drake Anamoose will be having a new pitcher as Clemens will be coming on here. Sienna Clemens. We'll see some of the new changes as well in the field here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. So Pesa will go to left. And the former left fielder, Clemens, will be coming on here. And Pesa will be still in left field. Looks like Miller is still in center. And then in right will be Nacha Parenko. So that'll just be the main change here. Will just be the left fielder will come on and pitch, and the former pitcher will go on and play in left field here. So Clemens will come on in the top of the 4th inning for the lefty here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. This one going to miss in the dirt. Now 1, and we'll take a look at the final line score here for Olivia Pesa in a second. 1-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss the backstop. Now 2-0 through 66 pitches. Pesa, 3 innings of work. 6. Make that 5 hits against. There was 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. This one going to be in there for a strike. There's 2 strikeouts in the first. And there was 1 in the second and 1 in the 4th. And there was handful of walks as well. 2-1 pitch. This one hit on the ground. Bodina's there goes across the diamond to retire Wark and to open up the 4th inning. 6-3 on the putout. 1 down now in the top of the 4th inning as Cindy Schwab will be coming up. Schwabe will be stepping in. So it'll be ball 1 to the leadoff batter here for the Thompson sophomore center fielder. Walked her last time up in the 3rd inning and came in to score. 1-0 pitch, that'll miss. Now 2-0 in the 3rd inning. Schwabe also had a stolen base. Struck out her first time up back in the 1st. Thompson right now looking to add on to this 3-run advantage midway through this contest. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss for a ball. Now 3-0. Game that's an hour old right now in the consolation portion of the state tournament here between the Tommies and the Aggies. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Now 3-1. Schwabe will come in here at the 3-1 pitch on the way. This one is hit up the first base line foul, and that will be 3-2. Velva-Drake Anamoose, 11 wins, 5 losses on the season. Their losses to Heart River, Central Cass, Red River, Beulah, and then yesterday to Kindred Richland in the state quarterfinals. 3-2 pitch upcoming. This is foul back to the netting, and we'll keep it at 3-2. See some folks making their way at Newman Outdoor Field a little bit across the way. Folks coming in from game number 1 and trying to go into game number 2. Here's the 3-2 pitch, hit up the third base line foul. And then we'll have a 3-2 offering all over again. This one will be a walk, as we do have a final for you at Newman Outdoor Field, as Schwabe able to get her second walk here of the game. And now will be a runner at first base here. Final for you at state baseball at Newman Outdoor Field. The Central Cass Squirrels advance over North Star, as this one is going to be in there for a strike to Maya Krogstad, now 0-1. The final at Newman, 9-5, Central Cass over North Star. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one hit by Krogstad. A one-hopper to Keller, goes across to second to get the lead runner. Bayless is there to cover second base. That was a really nice play by Keller, as that was smoked by Maya Krogstad. Better job on the one-hopper there. Now 2 outs. Reaching on a fielder's choice is Krogstad here, as Olivia Dick will step up to the plate. Central Cass will play tomorrow at 12:45. North Star will play at 10 o'clock in the morning in the 7th place game. Squirrels will play the winner of either Surrey or Beulah. Maya Krogstad scampers down to second base, and the throw that hits the turf will actually come back up and hit her in the face. She looks to be all right, as she's able to end there with a stolen base here to Krogstad. So Krogstad now at second for Thompson, and the Tommies have a chance to get 3 straight innings now with a potential run across the plate. Olivia Dick works in the count, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That misses for a ball, now 2-0. Olivia Dick can reach. Face stump would be due up next here for the Tommies, the cleanup batter. 2-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss out of the zone now. 3 balls and no strikes. So after a ground out with Wark and a walk to Schwabe, fielder's choice with Krogstad. Maya at second base after the stolen base. 3-0 pitch. That'll run in, and that'll be a ball. So runners will be at first and second here for the Tommies. Second walk with Clemens in relief. So far, 2/3 inning of a work. Face stump will step up, a single in the second. Reach base on an error in the third, able to score 2 times as well. This one is going to be hit on the ground. Bodine is there at short. Tries to go across the diamond quickly to second. Instead, everybody will move up 60 feet on an infield single. So Krogstad will be at third base. Olivia Dick at second. It's going to be an infield hit here for face stump. That'll be hit number 6 for the Thompson Tommies, and bases loaded now for Thompson. Summer Haig will be stepping up, and Haig takes a strike. Tough play there for Bodine. She expected Bayless to be at second base. She wanted to go the short way instead of going to Fletchock across the diamond, and by the time she looked over to Bayless, and Bayless was 3-4 feet away from second, she just couldn't hesitate to throw somewhere else. Cummins, though, gets ahead with Summer Haig, takes first pitch strike, and then the second one swung on and missed. Now 0-2 here to the Tommies' first baseman. Clemens, the 0-2 pitch upcoming here in the top of the 4th inning. This one is going to be fouled up the first base dugout, and we'll do it all over again. Thompson Tommies, 3 runs in the second, 4 runs in the third. Velva-Drake Anamoose held the lead ever so briefly in the bottom of the second inning with 4 runs. And then Thompson came back to take the lead in the top of the third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one will run in and nearly hit Summer. It'll now be 1-2. Outfield playing straight away. Same with the infield playing a little bit to protect the line. Is Fletchock at first and Keller at third, trying to take a double that's hit right down the line if it goes that way. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. So the Tommies leave the bases loaded here in the top of the 4th inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Thompson up by 3 on your live event.
Loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Still to come, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game. RDK Enterprises, for all of your planting questions, or if you have any questions throughout the season as well in the summer, and once we get to fall for harvest, go to RDK Enterprises, call 701-636-2119. It plays to plant with precision from RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsboro and Drayton. Bottom of the fourth inning, we go for the Aggies. It's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 batters here. Olivia Pesa, now the left fielder, will be stepping up. Seltzer and then Clemens. So 3, 4, and 5 again for the Aggies. This one has hit up the first base line. Foul will be 0-1. Drew Schwab on for her fourth inning of work for the Tommies in the circle. Drew, a sophomore here for head coach Matt Chandler. Olivia Dick behind the plate, the battering ram here in this one. There's the 0-1 pitch. That'll miss. And that'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Sunny skies and not a cloud in the sky as we can see it here at Fargo. Down the lines, this one is hit down the third base line. It'll be 1 and 2. Third base line going to the eastern portion of Fargo to the Red River on the right field line going down south. 1-2 pitch on the way. Off speed will be fouled to the netting, and we'll have 1 and 2 all over again. Olivia Pesa so far today with 1 of 2 with a double back in the second. Pesa with that double. That was in the second inning, able to play a couple of runs as well. 1-2 pitch. This one's going to be hit on the ground up the third base line. Foul, and we'll have the 1-2 offering all over again. Pesa with 2 RBIs back in that second inning. Right now 7-4. Thompson, they've been able just to take advantage, force Pesa off the mound in 3 innings. This one is hit high up in the air to left field, and that one's going to be for an out as Stump comes on to glove it for 1 down here in the 4th. Berkeley Seltzer with a pair of walks so far. Bases make that a full count walk in the first, a 4-pitch walk in the second. 1 down here for the Thompson Tommy pitcher as Schwab looks in, and that'll miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Right now playing a little bit to pull is the Thompson infield. Playing just a little bit up the line there is Lopez and Hurst at third base and shortstop respectively. Now 2-0. Sometimes there's just that one batter for whatever reason, no matter what or how you try to throw, it's just falling behind in the count, and that's what it's been to Seltzer so far for Schwab. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 offering. That'll be in there as it splits the plate. Now 2-1. Game number 1 of 4 today. 5 of 12 here in this softball tournament. This one will miss. That'll be 3-1 after the next contest. Will be officially halfway home in the state softball tournament here in Fargo. 3-1 offering on the way. This one hit in the air, and that's going to be in there for a single as it 2 hops to the left fielder. Now rounding first base is going to be Seltzer. She's in there. It's going to be a single followed by an error that'll allow Seltzer to get to second base. So Seltzer will able to get to second base, hit the single. If Stump is able to clean that glove lead, that would have been no problem. It just would have been a single, but instead gets by her a little bit, which allowed the runner Seltzer to get the extra 60 feet. Sina Clemens is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. 1-0 pitch. This one is hit hard, but down the left field line. And for Velva-Drake Anamoose fans, they've been saying, we've heard that a lot today. Just been ahead of Schwab. Just can't get it timed perfectly to keep it in play. And Matt Chandler tells Schwabe, hey, why don't you take an extra step or 2 into the gap in left center field? There's a lot of real estate to work in right. This one is hit, and that's fouled to the netting. Now 1-2 is almost down the line is Stump in left. In left center is Schwabe, and in right center now is Workin. So if the batter Clemens could somehow shoot it over first, she could run for a while. 1-2 pitch off speed. It'll now be 2-2. The runner at second again is Seltzer. Here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. 2-2. This one going to be fouled, and we'll do it all over again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Velva-Drake Anamoose with all of their runs that came back in the second inning. 4 runs, 3 hits. There was an error. They have left runners on so far in every inning today. It'll now be 3-2 to Clemens. 2 runners left on the first, second, and 3 runners left on in the third. 3 balls, 2 strikes here for Schwab and the pitch. This one is hit, and that's going to be a fair ball by Lopez. Seltzer got a round third. She's coming in. It's a stand-up double for a second. Is sliding late is going to be Clemens. And Velva-Drake Anamoose is back on the board, trailing it by 2. So Seltzer comes in to score. Clemens goes to second base on the double. It's now 7-5. Bottom of the 4th inning here for Velva-Drake Anamoose is Clemens able to hit the RBI double. As Velva-Drake Anamoose. Lundy. So Lundy will be coming on to courtesy run now for Velva-Drake Anamoose. An 8th grader for Clemens as Olivia Miller. And Clemens, the starting left fielder, now the pitcher. She'll come out for with the courtesy run, and Olivia Miller will be the game-tying run to the plate here for the Aggies. 7-5 Thompson, bottom of the 4th inning. And the pitch. That one will be in there for a strike now, 0-1. The Thompson Tommies in the top half of the 5th inning, they'll be having Schwab, Lopez, and Hurst, the 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate. 0-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss for a ball, now 1-1. Reminder, the Shield Softball All-Star Series will be Monday and Tuesday here on your live event. Thompson Tommies, they got Maya Krogstad. This will be a ball, 2-1. Some of the best seniors across the state. Maya Krogstad from Thompson was nominated. Also a host of Class B girls from the eastern and western side. 2-1 pitch. This one is popped up foul, and we'll keep it at 2-2. Riley Holzer from Central Cass. Maddie Burchell from Kindred. Peyton Nelson from Central Cass, Reagan Hansen from Grafton, Jillian Hurt from Hillsborough Central Valley, all will be part of the Shield Softball All-Star Series, and Abby Richmond from Northern Cass from the eastern side, and we'll get to some of the western side in a second. 2-2 pitch is missed. It'll now be 3-2. From Glenburn, Laurel Lima Kiever, you have Mackenzie Riss from Delac, Burlington, Lewis, and Clark. 3-2 pitch is going to be a ball for a walk. Walk number 6 by Schwab. Now runners will be at first and second base as Matt Chandler will come out here for the Tommies. Also, you're going to have Carolyn Bodine here in this game from Velva-Drake Anamoose will be partaking. And Avery Backus from Beulah as well. So another conference call here for Matt Chandler in the circle. We'll see if it's a pitching change or just allowing Schwab to collect her breath with runners at first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Again, the Shield Softball All-Star Series on Monday for 2 games in Bismarck, weather permitting again. Our coverage gets underway at around 4:30 for game number 1 of 2. And then in Castleton, it's going to be the skills competition at 4:30, followed by the game at 6:30, again, weather permitting for the Shield Softball All-Star Series. So Nacha Parenko will come on here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. Runner already came in to score as Seltzer after the double by Clemens. Clemens at second, Miller at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This one will be blocked by Olivia Dick behind the plate, now 1-0. Batter number 5 here for the Aggies. 1 ball, no strikes. Schwab looks in and the pitch. That'll miss, now 2-0. There's Schwab just trying to find the zone right now and force the Aggies to maybe hit one to a teammate and get it out. This one able to split the plate for a strike, now 2-1. Two and 1 on the way. That'll miss. It'll be 3-1. Velva-Drake Anamoose, the tying run at first, the go-ahead run right now at the plate. 3-1 pitch, foul, and we'll keep it at 3-2. Nacha Parenko so far today, reached base in the second on an air with a run scored. Struck out her last time up in the third. 3-2 pitch, off speed. That'll be out of the zone, and the bases will be loaded. So Lundy will go to third base. Olivia Miller's at second, and Nacha Parenko gets the walk. base is full here as we're going to have a potential courtesy runner, or we'll see if we have a pinch hitter. Looks like we might have a new hitter coming to the plate here for Velva-Drake Anamoose, as Taryn Broughton right now has a bat in her hand. And Broughton would be hitting for Fletchock. Broughton, the sophomore. So Broughton will be coming on here. Broughton, will be hitting for Fletchock. Fletchock is 1 of 2 today with a run scored, and that was back in the second. So this time it'll be Broughton coming up, and Broughton will be hitting from the left-hand side. Base is full of Aggies. First pitch swinging. This one's hitting the air to left field. Stump comes in, and that one is going to get by Stump. 1 run's coming, and a second one rounding, and the throw not in time, and we're tied at 7 apiece. So Lundy comes in to score. Olivia Miller comes in from second to home. Nacha Parenko is at second base, and Broughton now is at first. Macestock there for the hit. And now we're tied at 7 apiece. This one's going to be hit on the ground. This goes to third. Lopez goes to the glove, goes across the diamond, not in time. They'll get the lead runner. So Nacha Parenko is out at third. Broughton goes to second. And first pitch swinging was Larson. She reaches base in a fielder's choice. So 2-hopper to Lopez. And Lopez did a good job going, hey, there's only 1 out here, so let's get the lead runner. As it goes back to the top of the lineup here in Carolyn Bodine. Bodine will be part of the Shield Softball All-Star Series on Monday and Tuesday. 7-7 here in the third. That one is swung on and missed for a strike. So bottom of the 4th inning here. The pinch hit for Velva-Drake Anamoose comes in at a perfect time. This one is hitting the air to the shortstop. A nice job by Hurst to avoid the runner Broughton, but also to stay with that one and retire the side. So a little line drive to short, and that'll finish here the 4th inning. We're tied at 7 going to the top of the 5th here on your live event.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Our next game between Deluxe Burlington Lewis and Clark and Mayport CG was scheduled to get underway at 1 o'clock. That's probably going to be a little bit later than 1 at the rate of how this game is going as we go to the top of the 5th inning. We're tied at 7 apiece right now here in Fargo. Mayport CG and Deluxe Burlington Lewis and Clark. Game number 2 of 4 upcoming later today here on your live event. That one's probably closer to about a 1:30 start just because you got to get both teams an opportunity to get their infield and outfield work here on the diamond. This one's going to be hitting the air straightaway center field. Coming on is the center fielder, Miller. Drew Schraub is out on 2 pitches. Good hit by Drew, but Miller did a better job in straightaway center to get the glove to it and record the out. So a line drive out number 1 here in the 5th. Still have at least 2.5 innings of softball to be played between the Aggies and the Tommies, and maybe even more than that, barring how this one goes. This one will be rolled back to the catcher. It'll be 1-0, Kristen Lopez. Lopez, an RBI in the 3rd inning, was able to get a single with a run scored in the 2nd as well with a run driven in. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Clemens on for her 2nd inning of work. It'll now be 2-0. So Pesa in center field, in left field. Miller in center, Nacha Parenko in right. Fletchock returns after getting courtesy run pinch hit for. And this one now will be 3-0 as they're working a little bit on the track behind a center and right center field, as that is getting renovated and will be a nice project once that comes to a close. 3-0 pitch. That'll be a walk and a one-out walk here for the Thompson Tommies as Lopez will get to first base. So Clemens will get her third walk in relief after walking both Schwabe and Dick in the fourth inning. Kaya Hurst will come on here, hit by a pitch in the second, struck out swinging in the third, 0 for 1 today with the runner at first base with Lopez. And the pitch. That'll miss. It'll be 1-0. Lopez on the season, entering this tournament with 6 stolen bases. So she's been able to leave and try to get the extra 60 feet. This one's going to be hit on the ground. Bodine comes in at short across the diamond. They got her. Bodine to Fletchock, 6-3 on the putout. Lopez goes from first to second. And there's 2 outs now in the top of the 5th inning. That was a bang-bang play at first. Hurst was trying to hustle as much as she could up the first base line. They're going to give the play right there to Bodine to Fletchock for the second out of the inning. And the pitch on the way here. That'll be in there for a strike to Maya Workin. Sacrifice fly for Workin in the second, then a ground out to Bodine to open up the 4th inning. 0-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss. That'll be 1-1 for Velva-Drake. Anamoose, bottom of the 5th inning. They'll be sending Keller, Pesa, and Selzer, their 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike here. That'll miss for a ball now, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike here. And Tommies, if Working can get aboard, it goes back to the top of the lineup with Schwabe. 2-1 pitch. That'll miss for a ball now, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike here with a runner at second base in Lopez. And the 3-1 pitch. That one in there for a strike now, 3-2. Still to come later tonight, Kindred Richland Beulah at 4 o'clock and scheduled 6 o'clock start time for a Central Cass going up against Renville County. Payoff pitch on the way for Clemens. This will be a ball, and Thompson will have runners at first and second. Second walk in the inning. Runners at first and second now as it's Sydney Schwabe. Schwabe with a pair of walks, a run scored, and a strikeout so far today. Thompson, another walk here, could walk the bases loaded in the 5th. And the pitch. This one is popped up and in the air, a high ball. Who's going to call for it? That's going to get by Bayless. Coming in to score is going to be Lopez. Working is going to go to third base, and going to second is going to be Schwabe. It's now 8-7 Thompson. So going from first to third is Working. Schwabe's going to be at second base. And now it's going to be up to Krogstad here as she comes up. This one's going to be popped up, and another chance in the outfield. Miller's racing in underneath this one, and she's able to glove it to retire the side. So they'll give the hit to Schwabe. 1 pitch, 1 out here for Krogstad. Thompson have 6 batters coming to the plate. They do score 2 runs on a hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left on base. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Velva-Drake Anamoose down by 1 against Thompson here on your live event.
With Irie Insurance, we are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to irieinsurance.com.
Let's take a look at some of the box scores here in this one for the Thompson Tommies and Velva-Drake Anamoose, the Aggies. Thompson so far 8 runs, 7 hits. There's been 2 errors for Velva-Drake Anamoose, 7 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors here for the Aggies. The Aggies have left 9 runners on base. For Thompson, they have left 7 runners so far on base. Got a final for you earlier today. in some of the contests. And baseball, Central Cass with a 4-run win over North Star. North Star plates 4 runs in the first inning, but Central Cass 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth, and 3 in the sixth for a 9-5 win over North Star earlier today at state baseball. So as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, Drew Schwab on to work. Keller will take a ball, now 1-0. Keller 0 for 3 so far today. This one will miss as well. That would be 2-0. Keller with a ground out, a strikeout, and a pop out so far. 2-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 3-0. Velva-Drake Anamoose got their leadoff runner on in the first, in the second, in the third, not in the fourth as Pesa flew out. And now they'll have their 4th leadoff runner here. This will be in the 5th inning. A 4-pitch walk to Keller. And Matt Chandler's coming on, and we're going to have a pitching change. We'll let you know who it is when we come back here, as after the 4-pitch walk, Keller now at first. And it looks like it's going to be Schwabe coming on in relief here for the Tommies on your live event.
KN Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Mayport.
Coming on in relief will be Schwabe here for the Thompson Tommies. So Cindy Schwabe here. The sophomore will be coming on as Drew Schwab will finish with 4 innings of work. We'll get to her final line total here in a second. As Drew Schwab, 4 innings of work, 112 pitches. There's 6 hits, 7 runs against, 6 strikeouts, and 8 walks here in this one for Schwab, as she, again, is on record and on the hook for the runner at first base. And that, again, is Keller. So she is on the hook for Keller again at first base. And Cindy Schwabe will come on. Schwabe, first pitch, that'll miss for a ball, now 1-0. Schwabe yesterday against Thompson went the complete game, picked up the loss, 6 innings, 101 pitches, 15 hits again, 9 runs, 5 strikeouts, no walks. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Schwab goes from pitcher to shortstop. Hurst goes from shortstop to center fielder, and the center fielder Schwabe goes from center field to now playing in the circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is hit in the air high to left center field. This one has a chance to the track, and it's gone. Olivia Pesa delivers the goods. A 2-run homer to left center field. And Velva-Drake Anamoose now leads it 9-8. So Keller comes in to score, and Pesa with a 2-run homer. First home run of the contest here for Velva-Drake Anamoose in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's now 9-8. Pesa with the 2-run homer. Swung on and miss here to Selzer. That might be a precision play of the game right now, as that could be a difference maker. This one has popped up. Schwabe calls everybody off for the first out here of the 5th inning. Old adage, leadoff walks come back and haunt you, and it does there when the next batter hits a 2-run homer on top of it. That was a towering blast to left center field. So Clemens will come on. Clemens able to get a double in the 4th inning, then was courtesy ran for as Lundy came in to score. 1 for 3 today. Schwabe works ahead in the count. It's now 0-1. Now make it 0-2. So line is done on Drew Schwab as she'll give up 8 runs in 4 innings of work. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That'll miss for a ball. Now 1-2. Umpiring crew here in game number 1 again. Mark Sandman, Chan Mears, and Josh Savor here for game 1 of 4. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed, and out number 2. So Schwabe comes on, and that'll be the punch out. Olivia Miller now a step up here for the Aggies. This one runs in at the knee for a ball, 1-0. Miller productive with 3 walks and 2 runs scored. Walk in the second, third, and the fourth. 1-0 pitch on the way in there for a strike. Now 1-1. Fifth batter to the plate so far here for Velva-Drake Anamoose. 1 ball, 1 strike on the pitch. This one will miss low for a ball. Now 2-1. Nacha Parenko is due up next for the Aggies if Miller can get aboard. 2-1 pitch in there for a strike. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here, bottom of the fifth. This one swung on and missed to retire this side, but Velva-Drake Anamoose does the damage on the 2-run shot from Olivia Pesa. There were 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no runners left on base. 5 complete now with a new score. It's Velva-Drake Anamoose 9, the Thompson Tommies 8. Thompson coming to the plate here on your live event.
Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
A little bit of breeze now making its way into the press box here. Nice little cool breeze with the sunny skies in the 60s here in Fargo today. The sun beaming down. There's absolutely not a cloud in the sky right now. So this breeze, where we take a look across at Newman Outdoor Field, blowing more towards the left field foul pole, now coming in a little bit from left center field here at Theraldson Park. 3, 5, and 4 batters due up here for Thompson. Olivia Dick face stump and Summer Haig. Clemens on, off-speed pitch. That'll miss for a ball. Now 1-0. Clemens on for her 3rd inning of work here for the Thompson Tommies. Olivia Dick today, a single, a walk, and a ground out with a run scored. 1-0 pitch is foul. Now it'll be 1-1. 1-1 upcoming here is Olivia Dick, the number 3 batter here for the Thompson Tommies, against the lefty Clemens in the circle for the Aggies. 1-1 pitch, off speed, be 2-1. Thompson 3 runs in the second, 4 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. Velva-Drake Anamoose 4 in the second, 3 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That'll miss. It'll be now 3-1. Olivia Dick can get on base. She's their leading stolen base getter with 13 coming into the state tournament. 3-1 pitch. Takes the strike. Now it's 3-2. So Clemens will look in here and try to get the leadoff batter out in the top of the 6th inning with Olivia Dick. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, and she gets the strikeout. Clemens with her 2nd strikeout in relief. It's now face stump. Game started at 10:58, so we are over an hour and a half old here in Fargo. Pitch upcoming. This one is hitting the air up the first base line and on top of the first base dugout by about a foot. That'll be a strike. Face stump with a single and a run scored in the second. Reach base on an error and run scored in the third, and a single in the 4th inning as well. Stump just been consistent so far. No balls, 1 strike here as the 0-1 offering upcoming. This one going to be swung on and missed. Now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here to face stump as Clemens winds and delivers. This one will one-hop the catcher and Seltzer there to make it 1-2. A back-and-forth game. Thompson scored the first 3 runs. Velva-Drake Anamoose came back, scored the next 4 in the bottom half of the second. Thompson wasted a little time with 4 runs then in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one is hit on the ground right to the shortstop. Nice pick by Bodine across the diamond in time for the out. 6-3 on the putout. That's why she's a Shields All-Star there for Bodine at short. Able to take a line drive two-hopper into the hole and have a little mustard on that one to throw it across the diamond for out number 2. So Thompson will try to get a 2-out rally going right now in the top of the 6th inning with Summer Haig. Haig is 1 of 3 so far today. This will miss outside for a ball, now 1-0. Haig with a RBI single back in the 2nd. Able to score a run, line drive out in the 3rd, and struck out swinging her last time up in the 4th. 1-0 pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Velva-Drake Anamoose will be sending the 7, 8 batters. Nachaparenko, Fletchuk, and Larson are the scheduled batters in the bottom of the 6th. This one goes right back to Bodine across the diamond in time for the putout. That'll retire the side. 6-3 on the putout. It's the first 3 up, 3 down inning for Velva-Drake Anamoose in the field. Sets the first. 9-8 Aggies. Aggies trying to add some insurance, and we come back as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here on your live event.
District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kendrick Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kendrick Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Chase Miller with you here on your live event from Theraldson Park here on the campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo, North Dakota. Bottom of the 6th, we go a 9-8 game. Velva-Drake Anamoose over the Thompson Tommies, and we will keep you comprised of all the scores going on across the state of North Dakota here today. Class A softball tournament, a final in Jamestown from Trapper Field in the Consolation semi. Cheyenne against Grand Forks Red River, and it's the Rough Riders with a 2-1 win as Nachaparenko will foul one off. Now 0-1. This one going to be foul tipped as well. So Grand Forks Red River advances to the Consolation Championship in Class A, while Cheyenne will play for 7th place, the number 1 seed from the EDC. Lost 2 games by a run today and a run yesterday. It's been that close for the Mustangs. 0-2 pitch. That'll miss. Now 1-2. So Nachaparenko, Fletchuk, and Larson here against Schwabe in the 6th inning. 1-2 pitch. This one fouled, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Central Cass with the 9-5 win again over North Star. Nathan McCow, the winning pitcher of record for the Squirrels. 9-8 your score here. And now it's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Class A baseball tournament going on at Jack Brown Stadium. Bismarck, Century, and Wahpeton got underway about an hour ago in the Consolation semifinals. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. This one is hit in the air. Schwab calling everybody up, but she can't glove it. Rounding first and staying at first base is going to be Nachaparenko for the base knock. That was a tough play there for Schwab as it was coming down. She was trying to poke at it and try to glove it, but she missed. And that'll be a base knock here for Natalie and for Velva-Drake Anamoose. I think they'll get their leadoff runner on. This one's coming right back at us, and that'll be a strike now, 0-1. Had a couple of chances so far here for some of the fans. The old adage of bring your glove to the ballpark is the same as well here in softball. This one a slow grounder. The shortstop is there, and that one will be an error. So Nachaparenko will get second base. Fletchuk will get first. That one's going to be an error on the shortstop there as Schwab was trying to give it to Krogstad and just unable to do so on the flip and the turn to second. So now runners at first and second here in the Aggies with a chance to break this game open a little bit now in the 6th inning. This one going to go all the way to the backstop, and the lead runner, Nachaparenko, will stay put at second base. Job by Olivia Dick quickly getting back for that one. Now 1-0 here to Larson. Fletchuk at first, Nachaparenko at second. Velva-Drake Anamoose and Thompson tied at 7 after the 4th. This one's going to be hit and fouled. It'll be 1-1. After 4.5, Thompson led 8-7. Velva-Drake Anamoose came back with 2 runs with a 2-run shot by Olivia Pesa in the 5th to make it the 9-8 contest right now for the Aggies. 1-1 pitch. This one's going to be bunted. Schwabe will come on and go to first. Able to get the out there. It is a quality out, though, for the Aggies. Sacrifice bunt by Larson as Nacho Parenko goes to third base. Fletchock goes to second. And now Bodine will be coming on here as the infield will come in for Thompson. This one will be in the dirt. Now 1-0. Bodine walked in the first, able to get on board with a run scored in the second. Was hit by a pitch in the third. 1-0 pitch on the way here to Bodine. This one is hit high in the air to left field. Stump comes underneath it to get the glove. Trying to score is Nacho Parenko, and it's a sacrifice fly here for the Aggies. Velva-Drake Anamoose now leads it 10-8. So sacrifice fly, again another productive out. A sacrifice bunt leads to a sacrifice fly. And Bodine makes it a 10-8 contest here after the sac fly. Keller will step up as this one's going to be fouled. It'll be 0-1. Keller with a walk with a run scored her last time up in the 5th is 0 for 3 so far here today. And a large run sits at second base by the name of Hallie Fletchock. So this one will miss for a ball now 1-1. And if Keller can climb aboard, Pesa would have a chance for her second home run of the day. 1-1 pitch. This one will be blocked in the dirt. Now 2-1. Mayport CG and Delax Burlington looking on right now to see who their opponent would be if they win or lose their next contest here. 2-1 pitch is hit in the air and playable for the third baseman Lopez. That'll retire the side on the pop-out. But a run does come in here for the Velva-Drake Anamoose Aggies. A 1 run off of 1 hit. There was an error, 1 runner left on base. The Thompson Tommies need at least 2 to keep the game going to the bottom of the 7th, or 3 to try to win in the bottom of the 7th. That's coming up next here on your live event.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
For the Thompson Tommies, they'll be setting up in the 7th inning here. Drew Schwab, Lopez, and Hurst, the 6, 7, and 8 batters here in the lineup, and they've been productive today. Schwab so far at the plate is 1 of 3. Line drive out to straightaway center field to Miller. Schwab hit it on the screws. Just Miller had to come in about 10 feet in center. Lopez, single with a run scored in the 2nd, an RBI in the 3rd as well, and a walk with a run scored, and then Hurst has reached base 1 time with the hit by pitch. So Thompson, if they can do some damage here in the bottom of their lineup, then you flip it back to Schwabe, Krogstad, and Olivia Dick, and that's what the Thompson Tommy fans want right now, is an opportunity for Schwabe and Krogstad to come to the plate, because that means at least they would get a couple of runners on. Clemens on for her 4th inning of work here in relief for the Aggies. Clemens also in line now for the win for Velva-Drake Anamoose. Schwab will take a ball 1-0. Thompson down to their final 3 outs of this contest. 1-0 pitch. That'll be in there for strike 1-1. Still to come, we'll get to our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the game. I'll be coming up, and then after about a half hour after this game is done, 1-1 pitch. This one is into the ground, right back to Clemens. Goes to first to Fletchock for the out, 1 down. 1-3 on the putout. After this game concludes, about a half hour from now would be the Mayport CG and Delax Burlington contest, also right here on your live event. So Clemens looks into Lopez, and the pitch. Lopez will take a ball outside for the junior third baseman. Now Thompson just needs to get 1 runner on and find a way to bring the tying run to the plate. That's the end game right now for the Tommies. 1-0 pitch upcoming. That'll be in there for a strike now, 1-1. Thompson, 8 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. On the opposite side for Velva-Drake Anamoose, 10 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors for the Aggies. 1-1 pitch. Off speed in there for a strike now, 1-2. Lopez kind of saw that one from Clemens, hooked back in as it looked like it was going to go to the left-handed batter's box and just kind of came back in at the very last second and broke through the strike zone. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking and out number 2. So Clemens, a strikeout in the 4th inning, a strikeout in the 6th, and now a strikeout in the 7th. The Tommies down to their final out here in the 7th inning. As Kaya Hurst will take a ball. Hurst 0 for 2 today. And it goes to Wark in the number 9 batter. 1-0 pitch. Swung on, and that was missed. Now 1-1. Winner plays in the 5th place game tomorrow at noon. The loser plays in the Consolation 7th place game. That'll be at 10 a.m. 1-1 pitch. This one will miss. It'll now be 2-1. So again, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the loser of this game. A little bit earlier than today and Thursday, where everything got underway at 11 o'clock. 2-1 offering on the way. That'll miss. Now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Hurst just trying to get aboard any way necessary for Thompson as they're down to their final out. And a pitch. This one fouled back, and they'll make it 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Clemens in the circle here. 1 strike away from ending this contest. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and that'll retire the side, and that is the final. 10-8, Velva-Drake Anamoose ends up winning this contest in a game that goes 1 hour and 48 minutes. Thompson, 8 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for Velva-Drake Anamoose. 10 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. Clemens is the winning pitcher, while the losing pitcher is going to be Drew Schwab for the Thompson Tommies. With the win, Velva-Drake Anamoose improves to 12-5 on the season. Thompson drops to 14-7. Our post-game show is next here on your live event.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Well, let's get to our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game. Well, that's the Olivia Pisa 2-run homer in the bottom of the 5th inning, the game-winning hit, which made it 9-8 at the time, and that was the game-winning knock for the Aggies. Olivia Pisa with our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game. RDK Enterprises with locations in Hillsboro and Drain. Take a look at the final line score in this one. Velva-Drake Anamoose, 10 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. The Aggies leave 10 runners on. Thompson Tommies, 8 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. They leave 7 runners on here for Thompson. In relief, Cindy Schwabe would go 2 innings, 2 hits, and 2 runs against her. Sienna Clemens, 4 innings, picks up the win in relief. 2 hits against her, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Velva-Drake Anamoose at the plate. Olivia Pisa, 2 for 4 with 4 runs driven in. Also Broughton with a 2 RBI base knock as well in a pinch hitting role for Velva-Drake Anamoose. For the Thompson Tommies, Cindy Schwabe goes 2 of 3 with 2 runs driven in and a run scored. And then Olivia Dick goes 1 of 3 with 2 RBIs as well. Lopez 1 of 3 with 2 runs driven in as well for Thompson. So Thompson will play tomorrow in the 7th place game, and that'll be at 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll have that for you right here on your live event. It's just a matter of who will they play. Same goes true now for Velva-Drake Anamoose, as the Aggies will play at noon tomorrow against the winner of our next contest between Des Lacs Burlington and Mayport CG. Earlier today at Newman Outdoor Field, a final Central Cast 9, North Star 5 at Newman. Currently getting underway right now is Beulah and Surrey in the Consolation semifinals of the state baseball tournament. So still to come here on your live event at around 1:15 will be Mayport CG, Des Lacs Burlington, Lewis and Clark. 4 o'clock, Kinder Richland and Beulah in the semis, and also the nightcap at 6 o'clock. It's Central Cass and Renville County. Again, your final, Velva-Drake Anamoose wins it 10-8 over the Thompson Tommies. Thompson falls to 14-7, while Velva-Drake Anamoose improves to 12-5. I'm Chase Miller from Thoroldson Park. I'll resume our coverage for the next contest between Mayport CG and Des Lacs Burlington here on your live event at around 1:10 here on your live event.